nation's heartland. You're listening to Mundo in the Morning on 95.7 FM, KCMO Talk Radio.
I got a little nervous there. I'm looking at John and Mark on the other side of the glass, and I'm seeing phones getting picked up all over the place. I'm seeing them both talking to John Holt.
Chatting away. Yeah.
I'm like, is his phone okay? Like, what's going on here? And then Mark just says in my ear, oh, no, it's fine. I just wanted to ask John if he was going to the KU baseball games this weekend. So I guess we'll start there, John. You going to be out in Lawrence for the Super Regionals or not?
Who knew we were a baseball school, Mr. Villanova? What are your thoughts on that?
Hey, I'm all in on KU getting to Omaha, baby. I just want to see you out there tailgating this weekend.
You know, I'd love to, but I have the Army, the AUSA Army event that you helped me out with a couple of years ago. I'm seeing that Saturday night. Of course, tomorrow night I have a date with Ty and Phil. So
yeah.
I may not even be able to see the game tomorrow night, frankly, but yeah, I'm excited. I wish I could get over there, and hopefully they don't need to play Sunday. That's what we hope.
Yep, get a clean sweep there against the Oklahoma Sooners. That would be great. All right, well, you just saw the news 11 minutes ago. John Holt, Fox 4 anchor, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, the Kansas gubernatorial debate with the Republicans will be happening on Fox 4. Ty Masterson, after all this drama this week as to whether or not he was going to show up at the debate after getting the Trump endorsement, he just posted a photo of Philip Sarnicki writing on social media, Ty Masterson doesn't want to debate. And Masterson writes, you've always struggled with the truth, Phil. See you tomorrow. So we've got like some WWE style stuff now happening in the GOP primary, and I'm here for it, John.
Yeah, I'm spending the day here at Johnson County Community College as we get ready for tomorrow night, and I think I'm going to talk to them about building that cage. You know, the cage match.
Well, you're the Vince McMahon, brother. That's you now. Let's go.
Oh, I don't have his bank account, but I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. Well,
no, I think it's good news, and it's kind of that's kind of the assumption we've been under. Late yesterday, we were starting to get word that he was in, and so we're thrilled, and that sort of just, I guess, puts the stamp on it that we'll have I think it'll be a better conversation with Ty Masterson there.
Yeah. Well, listen, something did seem to change yesterday afternoon, right? Because I would say it wasn't looking good, and then something seemed to change. Is that your read on it?
It kind of, yeah. I think there were, look, you know campaigns as I do. You've covered them and probably been a part of them. I think there's stuff going on inside, internal forces, external forces. Who knows what they are? But I think there was a debate about the debate, I think. And at the end of the day, I don't know what happened, or, I'm not privy to that, but maybe Ty Masterson just said, all right, I'm in. I'm doing this, period. And he's the guy who has to ultimately make the call, right? And if that's the case, I'm glad he made the call he did, because let's face it, I mean, a debate with 4 versus 3 is better. We're down already 2 candidates. Collier decided he's going to see what he can get with the Trump administration on the job front, and Joy Akins now joins Sarnicki's campaign. So we were already down 2. We had 6 on the stage originally, and so 4 people. It'll be, I think, robust. It'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to having the conversation with all of them tomorrow night.
Yeah, and you're going to do a great job as we expect.
That.
Well, because here's the thing too, right? I mean, you look at how this was kind of playing out. And I think if you're Ty Masterson, it's like, listen, if you're considered the front runner because you got the Trump endorsement, great. He probably is, but he's got to also get the word out there, and he's only got, a couple of months to do it, which is a lot of time, but you got to start getting the word out there. But whatever comes out of these debates, I know that the consultant class is always kind of hesitant of doing a debate because it's like, hey, we have more to lose than we have to gain. That's kind of the common theory if you're perceived as the front runner. But if you're getting dragged around as the debate dodger for the next 2 months, I think that hurts you more than maybe that one moment where you may put your foot in your mouth, Like, I don't know. I think, you got to roll the dice here. You got to prove you're a fighter for the people. I think especially grassroots Republicans who are going to be the ones locked in tomorrow night, they want to see that. So showing up, I think, was critically important for him, and I'm glad that he's doing it.
I have no way of knowing on a Friday night in the summer when Little League games are going on and families are doing things, what the viewership will be. But as you just pointed out, it will be posted. People will be able to go back and watch it. We hope they record it if that'd be the easiest way. But you don't want to not be there. And I know I'm not a consultant. Those guys are way smarter than me when it comes to campaign strategy.
No, stop, John. Stop, please.
I'm just the moderator. Okay?
Oh, stop.
It's better for all of us that they all be there.
Okay.
I'm thrilled
agree.
by that. And
I agree.
Yeah.
But also,
I think you're right. I think long term, who's going to make that a big deal throughout the course of the campaign? Phil Sarnecki will.
Yeah. I think, too, when you look at it from the standpoint of everyone's strategy here, it's what you do, and you know this, too. I mean, we're now in a world where it's not just about people listening live. It's about who's listening to this show on the app, who's going to listen to our conversation on the podcast after the fact. What do you do with the clips that come out of the debate? What do I do with clips that come out of my show? How does that get repurposed? Like, that's really where the value is, too. You're right. 7 o'clock on a Friday. Who knows? I hope you guys do great tomorrow night, but you're right. It might be not as robust as some might perceive it to be, but people are going to go back and watch it. People are going to see the highlights, and what the campaigns do with those highlights will matter as well. And that's, I think, part of the strategy here too, right?
Well, and you've interviewed Ty Masterson. I've heard him on your program. I've seen him interviewed by others. I've interviewed him. He's no shrinking violet.
No.
And if it comes down to Phil versus Ty, then as a moderator, I need to keep, we need to keep it focused on the issues, not on personalities. And we'll do our best to do that. And I've watched some of the debates and gatherings that they've had. They're all very respectful. Nobody's talking over anybody else. Hopefully that carries over now as we get into the heat of the primary season with the final 4 candidates. You need to be there and be seen. And like you said, those clips live forever. Mm-hmm. And if a candidate can put up a clip of but now we were not going to do the empty podium. That's not how we work. There would have been 3 podiums. He's still gonna reference it. Sarnecki is.
Correct.
And maybe the other 2, but right now it seems to be the tit for tat between the 2 campaigns. But we're going to do our best to keep it issues driven tomorrow night, and hopefully the candidates focus on those and stay on point. And other than that, we'll do our best. For example, our rules are very simple. Sarnecki can't ask Ty a question. Ty can't ask Sarnecki a question. Mm-hmm. Phil versus Ty, that may be what it is perceived as they talk about each other, but they are not to talk to each other, right?
Yes.
We want them talking to the viewers, to those who are watching the clips, to those who are streaming it online later. We want them to talk to the viewers about the issues.
Yep, exactly. You're going to do a great job. What is the thing here in the last couple of minutes that you want to make sure you get across? Is there a specific policy issue that you think will be juicier than anything else? Like, what is that thing or that issue that you think is really going to pop and be an interesting conversation tomorrow night?
Well, I think the key question, if you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be, is going to be fascinating to me. I'm kidding, of course. I think if you look at the landscape in Kansas right now, what are the key issues out there? Property taxes, maybe, I think everybody knows that's been talked about a lot. And I think that will be the guide. We're focusing on things, but we're also trying to move the ball down the court a little bit, or down the field. We've seen them answer questions now at these forums, or read what's been said. Okay, let's try to move the ball forward a little bit. What did you mean by that? Or you weren't very specific. How would you, what are your specific proposals? A lot of the websites they don't help you much. And so I think that's the goal, is to get them to, if we're asking the same kind of question, maybe it's in a different way to get them to expand or advance the ball down the field a little bit. So the viewers, the voters, get to know where they really stand, right?
Yep. John Holt, Fox 4. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, you can watch the Kansas GOP debate amongst the governor candidates. Is it open to the public, or is it closed?
It's closed. It's ticketed. That was part of but the party is we're doing this on behalf of the state party. And my understanding is it's ticketed. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if you're media and want to cover it, you can do that. We have a link you can register for and come in and cover it. So what are you doing tomorrow night? You got any plans?
I can't say, but I won't be here.
Okay.
No, I had something planned a long time ago, so I can't be there. But hey, I'll be playing all your clips on Monday. You know that.
Okay.
All right. You know that.
But hopefully it's a lot of the candidates talking policy and the kinds of things we want to hear from them about where they stand. They're all Republican, right?
Yeah.
But there are some differences. There are some nuances there, and that's what you're going to try to drag that out.
If you want an icebreaker, here's my favorite icebreaker question. If you were arrested with no explanation, what would your friends and family assume you did?
Oh, I don't even want to answer that one.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's a great question. So it's much better than the tree question. Do with that what you want. John Holt, Fox 4, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. You'll do a great job, and we appreciate you being here, John.
Thanks, my friend. Have a great weekend.
You as well. John Holt on KCMO Talk Radio. Great guy.